What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Blu-ray Bandit, back with another pawn shop haul video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. Let's see what I got. All right, first pawn shop. This was a La Familia pawn. I paid $12.78, which is roughly $2.56 each. Let's see what I got. Boiler Room, starring Giovanni Ribisi, Vin Diesel, and Ben Affleck makes an appearance as well. It's crazy to me that this movie is 20 years old now. I remember seeing it shortly after high school and enjoying it quite a bit, especially the fast-talking stockbroker lingo that permeates the movie. It definitely feels more like a 90s movie than a 2000s movie, but I enjoy it. It's a good one. I was excited to see this on the shelf so I can add it to my collection. It's scanned at only $2, but I have it in my possession and I didn't have to pay shipping for it. So to me, that was worth it, keeping it. Next up, Raging Bull, Robert De Niro, directed by Martin Scorsese. Don't love the case condition of this one. Not that it's awful, but you can kind of see there's a weird puncture in the plastic right there. So I haven't decided if I'm just going to replace the case or live with it. I'm going to keep this movie because it is a classic, and I'll probably watch it fairly soon because it's been forever since I've seen it. Was really excited to find this one at my local pawn shop. Alita Battle Angel. This is a Blu-ray I already own. I picked it up because I've sold copies of this before. They roughly go for $6, $7, $8 or so. So I knew it was a pretty safe bet to pick up and help offset some of the other titles I'm going to keep from this haul. It's a fun movie if you haven't seen it. Check it out. Bone Tomahawk, another one with a case issue for sure. This is another Blu-ray that I already own, but my copy of it was bought at Walmart for $5 and it's still wrapped new. So I will probably be putting that copy on eBay and holding on to this copy for myself. It's a great movie. It's a Western. It's generally watchable by anyone until about 3/4 of the way through the movie, and then it gets extremely gory. It kind of turns into a horror movie there for a good 20 to 30 minutes. So be warned if you are planning on watching it. It's definitely worth a poke if you are into modern Westerns for sure. And of course, it's hard to go wrong with Kurt Russell in just about anything. Keeping it, but selling my new copy. Finally, for this store, Love and Mercy. I was shocked to see this one on the shelf just because this is a movie that nobody ever talks about. It didn't get a whole lot of love on release, and yet it is awesome. It's based on the life of Brian Wilson, he of the Beach Boys. Paul Dano plays a young Brian Wilson. John Cusack plays the older version. Elizabeth Banks is amazing in it. She's funny and yet dramatic at the same time. A rarity for her, who typically only stars in straight comedies. But really what puts this movie over the top with digital code, what puts this movie over the top for me is that a good deal of it takes place during the recording of Pet Sounds, the classic Beach Boys album. Which, if you think you know the Beach Boys, you probably haven't listened to Pet Sounds in its entirety. It's an amazing experimental surf rock album. And there's these crazy visuals in the film where the Brian Wilson character is kind of tripping out on the music he's creating, but he also has mental issues. I'm just noticing right now that this case also has a weird plastic issue on it. Lots of replacement cases from this haul. Anyway, I never expected to find this one at a pawn shop at this price. I thought I'd probably have to pick it up on eBay individually for probably at least double, if not 3 times as much as what I ended up paying for it. Excited for this keeper to add to the collection. Next pawn shop. This was another La Familia. The total here was $10.65. There were 4 titles, which brings each of them to roughly $2.66. First up, Rebel Without a Cause. I know this is a classic, but it is a classic I have not seen. Starring James Dean and Natalie Wood. I'm excited to watch this one. I was excited to see it on the shelf. I don't think this won Best Picture, but maybe it did. I don't remember. If it did, I'm definitely going to keep it. If not, it's just a watch and then possibly a resale on eBay, depending on how much I like it. Vaguely, I remember it scanning at somewhere between $8 and $10. Next, we have a movie 3-pack. These are the Reese Witherspoon favorites. 3 movies, This Means War, Water for Elephants, and Legally Blonde. I've seen This Means War and Legally Blonde. Never seen Water for Elephants. I've had plenty of opportunities to see it, but I don't know. I don't know anybody who's seen it who would recommend it. If you feel differently, let me know down in the comments. But for now, this is a 3-pack I picked up, not necessarily to keep, but because it's scanned at somewhere between $8 and $10, if memory serves. Oh, interesting. Well, this seal has been broken, but some lazy bones has left the plastic on the top of the disc. I hate when people do this. If you are one of those people, stop now. I will clean that up off camera. Yeah, I appreciate Legally Blonde for what it is. This Means War I could give or take, and Water for Elephants maybe someday. But for now, selling it. And finally for this shop, not 1, but 2 copies of The Man with No Name trilogy. Each of these contains 3 movies, A Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more, and the classic The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I picked up both of these because they scanned at $31 on eBay. And so I figured I'd keep one of them as a space saver and sell the other to pay for nearly this entire haul and then some. They're classic Westerns. If you haven't seen them, you should definitely check them out. I was excited to find one, and then when it scanned at $31 and I found the other, I couldn't believe my luck. Keeping and selling. Next pawn shop, and the last, I visited a third La Familia. This one charged me $10.65 for 4 titles, roughly $2.66 each. Let's see what I got. First up, The Signal. This is another movie I already own on Blu-ray. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's a lesser-known horror film. It's more like an anthology in that it's 3 or 4 stories that link together but are kind of self-contained on their own. You should definitely check it out if you have not yet. I believe this ran at the dollar store maybe a year or 2 ago, but it's selling today regularly on eBay for roughly $6 to $7 new. And this one, even if it doesn't have its outer wrapping, is still sealed and has never been opened. I will be listing it as new and just noting that it doesn't have its outer plastic, which I've never had an issue with. If you haven't seen The Signal and you like horror movies, you're missing out. Do it. Nocturnal Animals, starring Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal. Directed and written by Tom Ford, which, if you don't recognize that name, Tom Ford is actually a clothing designer, I believe, who decided to direct a movie, and it turned out to be great. I love this movie, Nocturnal Animals. It did not get much play on release for one reason or another. Don't love these warpy Blu-ray covers. I don't understand why some Blu-ray covers do this, but they do. It's probably the cheap recycled plastic they use in them. Oh, with digital code. This one has the DVD and Blu-ray in it. It's a twisty drama that is well worth your time and has some pretty impressive visuals and good suspense mixed in. It's lesser known, but if you see it on streaming services or you find it cheap at your local pawn shop or thrift store, it's definitely worth a pickup. Battle of the Bulge. Never seen this? It's obviously a war movie starring Henry Fonda and Robert Shaw. I've certainly heard of this movie, but I have never seen it. I'm excited to see it. I know it's considered a war classic, single disc, not much fanfare. It's scanned at about $3, so I'm pretty much paying for it. And if I don't like it, I'm stuck with it. It also has the screwed up wavy cover. For some reason, not as bad as Nocturnal Animals, but still annoying. I'll be adding this one to the collection. And finally, Detroit Rock City. This was the big find of the day. This film is out of print and has a cult following that has boosted the price on eBay. This one scanned at $40. It's a movie I enjoy and I'd like to keep on my shelf, but at that valuation at $40, I don't like it enough to leave it there when I could put it on eBay and have it pay off a bunch of other titles that I'd rather have. The only reason to keep it is for the bragging rights of having a valuable Blu-ray on the shelf. And unless it's a film I really enjoy, I don't really care about that. So yeah, Detroit Rock City, love the film. I'd keep the Blu-ray if it wasn't worth so much, but for now, I'm selling it. All right, 13 titles, $34.08. That's roughly $2.62 each. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. Anybody who tells you money is the root of all evil doesn't have any. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, bye.